Welcome back to K3 TV. My name is Loki and I'm here to bring you another Loki film review. This time, we're looking at Toy Story 4. Toy Story 4. We pretty much pick up with Woody as the lead again, the main guy. Woody, we get a flashback right away. And it fixes a plot hole that has been in the movies for like 10 years. Whatever happened to little Bo Peep? Because there's some people that really have noticed, where did she go in like the third one? I think even in the second one, if I remember correctly. The first one she's in it, and then all of a sudden the second one she's not really, and then she just goes away. So you see right away, she got shipped off, and his little sister didn't really want her anymore. That's pretty much it. It's sad as heck, but it's what happens. And you get to see all the gang back together 9 years before this one. And it's great to see it. It's like a little hit to the nostalgia. The whole plot pretty much revolves around Woody still feeling like he's needed. And it's great. It's a small little plot point that in writing, just putting it down like that, Woody needs to feel validated, and he goes in search of validation. It's like, it's basic, but it works out so well. And by the way, just straight up, right out of the cages, I want to let you guys know this one is great. It's way better than I thought it would have been, because watching Toy Story 3 after a while after the second one, it was horrible. And I've never seen the reviews or anything like that for 3, but it was horrible to me. It seemed like they were just trying to drag it out, and I think they really went back to the writing board, the whiteboard, and they were like, you know what, let's go back to what we actually used to do. Pull on heartstrings with, the good old Pixar people always making people cry. Which worked. It worked in this one, and they really knocked it out of the park. I like this one a lot. So Woody pretty much wants to please his new owner, which is not Andy anymore, and he does everything that he can to do that. He breaks some rules, of course, as always, as a toy. He goes along with the little girl now, goes with her to kindergarten. He breaks in, and she makes a whole new toy, which I hope sells a lot of merchandise, which is weird because he's just a spork or a fork, little Forky. He's cute. He's good. They did a good job with that one, making a simple character. Kids would do that. Anything can become a toy. Somehow he replaces Woody and everyone else. It's a great way to do it, and I loved it. So the plot is good, and it fixes plot holes instead of makes more. Kind of. So we have a really good director for this, Josh Cooley. He's from Up, Inside Out. He's like the Pixar go-to guy, it seems like, nowadays, and he does great. And we have returning performances from Tim Allen, Tom Hanks, Annie Potts. They all knock it out of the park. Tim Allen and Tom Hanks, I wanted to see a little bit more of that, and you still get some of it, even though it's heavy on the Tom Hanks, and Tim Allen is just there, I guess, for nostalgia. He helps out a little bit. He has some funny parts. And this is just a typical family kids movie where it's just, quip after quip after quip. But man, I didn't go see it with any kids or anything like that. But it was funny as hell. It was great. It was emotional, of course. Like I said, the heartstrings do get pulled. You're going to get everything that you would expect out of a Toy Story movie, and probably a little bit more, because there's actually some pretty cool sequences, like little action sequences, little stunt daredevil things with these new little characters in a little antique shop. And it's kind of sad thinking about it when you think of like the antique shop and like the abandoned type of toys. They go through that again with that whole theme from like the other movies with abandoned toys not being used. You get like the Renegade toys, which, spoiler alert, Bo Peep is like this badass Renegade lost toy. So all lost toys get their own little story too. Any toys that you would see like abandoned in a playground. It's really cool. It goes through concepts that they haven't really gone through before, and some of the ones that they have already gone through in the past. I love this movie. It was really enjoyable. The soundtrack, same thing. It was just great. It went along with everything. Action sequences. It felt like a classic Pixar Disney movie, and it was just all around enjoyable. If you haven't seen it, definitely go watch it. I know I spoiled some of the things already right there, right off the bat, but it's phenomenal. It focuses around one main theme, and that one main theme is just validation, which is a bit of an odd one to work with. And sometimes, like, it can feel a little bit too drawn out, but you're not really thinking about that because of all the adventure that's actually going through with Woody. Gabby Gabby is creepy, and you end up kind of, like, some people say like they just thought she was just a jerk the whole time through, but honestly, Gabby Gabby, like, she had her one motivation, ended up being that, like, just like in most villain cases, they don't ever really get what they want, but she gets exactly what she wants through coercion and through basically just making Woody feel bad, you know? Like, you end up sympathizing with the villain, I guess, if you can call her that, and she gets what she wants. And you get to see a villain get what she wants, or like the antagonist, I guess I should say. She's not really well, she kind of is a villain. She's got those creepy puppet henchmen, which were really good, those puppet henchmen not being able to talk because they're like ventriloquists. I thought that was cute. She gets what she wants, and it's not really what she needed. What she really needed was just the right person to love her, and she needed to be needed by someone who needed her. And that part was like right there, right in the heart. It was great. It was great satisfaction actually seeing the antagonist get what they actually wanted, and then of course at the end the great climax. I don't want to really spoil it just in case someone is watching this that doesn't care about mild spoilers. There's no major spoilers. It's a great payoff at the end. You don't I guess you should expect the end in a way, but you don't expect it to happen because it seems like that's the end of Toy Story as we know it. It seems like that's it. It's done. So that's pretty much it. It does a unique thing with an antagonist getting what they want and realizing it's not really what they want, and you end up rooting for said antagonist, which is amazing. It's kind of a unique thing. I can't really think of too many movies right off the top of my head that do that. But that being said, I've been trying to think about things that I really don't like, that really irk me about this movie, and there's not really anything that irks me about this movie. It felt really natural. It felt like I should be watching the movie, even though like it is kind of a kids movie, you know, Toy Story. I mean, I grew up with Toy Story, so I didn't feel weird at all about it, and it was very catering. I didn't feel like, I should have gone and watched this with my niece or something like that, or it didn't feel weird. So I liked it, and I got to go straight to the grade. It's, for what it is, it's definitely an A. Actually, even for just as a movie, it's just as a Pixar movie, knowing, you know, any movies at all, it's an A. It's definitely an A, and it definitely revitalized my feel for those type of Pixar movies, because I haven't really liked the ones that have come up recently. They feel like really catered towards just pulling on heartstrings for like the new young audience and stuff like that, which is fine. That's what they're for. I haven't liked one since Up, so definitely revitalized the Toy Story franchise, and they're gonna probably make bank off of this. I haven't checked the numbers, but dang, they're probably gonna be raking it in, and I really hope they don't just cash in on it to the point where they just want to make a Toy Story 5 and just phone it in, because that's kind of what they did with like 3, just phoned it in. I don't want that to happen, but it's great. Go definitely check it out. If you guys have checked it out, let me know in the comments down below. I want to know what you guys think. Were there any plot holes that I missed? What was going on that you guys didn't like compared to the other movies? I really want to know, so talk to me about it down below. Leave a like, subscribe, of course. Catch me next time on another film review, and K3 TV out.